was 16 years old, and I played this game called World of Warcraft. I've always been my entire life. From the launch, from vanilla World of Warcraft, I had a Tauren Druid. The highest I got in vanilla was 47. I was a little kid, and we were playing on, oh my God, dial-up internet. Oh. Oh, good Lord, bro. It was bad.
Dude, you're an OG MMO player.
Yep.
No shit.
Yep. Played my whole life. Played
The dial-up sound. Someone calls, a DC'd.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
So bad. Yeah, I played a Tauren Druid when I was a little kid in vanilla, and then after that, I finally got to level 70 in the Burning Crusade. I played a Blood Elf Paladin, and then in Wrath of the Lich King, I continued playing my Blood Elf Paladin, which was awesome. But then I think it was around Wrath, maybe Wrath or Cataclysm. I met this girl on the internet, and I'd known her since 15. I knew her since 15. She was another raider. She sounded very cute. And that was, I didn't have that many friends, so I confided everything in this woman. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm your age too. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, this is cool. I have a nice friend. And so I talked to her every day. I even had other buddies who were like around my, there was another guy called Joey and Jesus and Julian, and I was John. So we were the 4 J's. And even they were pretty cool with her. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So then I had, I have like 5 friends now. And so I turned 16, and I've known this chick for like a year now. But every single time I ever asked like webcam with her on I think it was like Skype back then, because I used Skype and I used Ventrilo.
Dude, Ventrilo.
Yeah, Ventrilo.
My man.
Yeah.
That's an OG.
Yeah, they would try to get me on a thing called Mumble, I think.
Yep.
Or I think it was called Mumble. And I was like, nah, I like Ventrilo too much. I never converted to that. But she would never be on webcam because she would say, oh, I'm just too poor to afford one. And I was like, oh, I can buy you one. Maybe my dad can buy you something. And she's like, oh, no, I couldn't offer that. I'm like, oh, okay. And what people don't realize is me and my dad's relationship, I didn't even know who he was pretty much until I was in 3rd grade, because I thought my older brother was my dad. And I would call him dad because my dad was always deployed in Afghanistan. And my mom would constantly tell me how he's a piece of shit. And I'm like, okay, they're divorced. I get it. Because they were divorced since before I was born. And then once I eventually moved in with my dad, because my mother lost custody of us when we were in 4th grade, we never really talked at all. And so even from 4th grade to 6th grade, even though my dad had custody of me, I didn't live with him. He bought me and my brothers another apartment that wasn't connected to his because he didn't want to live in the same space while he had his women over.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, okay. And then going forward, when I went to 6th to 8th grade, I would hang out at Sean and Trevor's house. And then 9th to 12th grade would be me at Edric's house. I would never be at the house at all. So my dad did not give a what I did at all. He was just like, yeah, just do it. Don't care. And I'm like, okay. So when I was 16, I was like, yo, Dad, is it cool if I go hang out with my buddy up in Oregon? And he's like, yeah, go. He didn't ask nothing. He didn't question nothing. He was like, yeah, here's your ticket. Go ahead. I'm like, oh, yeah. And I go up and I get to this airport. And oh man, this shit was wild. One thing I would like to remind everybody, I think this is funny now. Okay? I don't need you to feel bad for me. I think this is funny now. So I'm at 16, I'm in an airport, and I'm looking around for Christine because she sent me a photo of herself, and it was some cute, pale skin, emo girl with the black eye.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I don't know if you can relate to this. Back in the day, I used to love depressed chicks, scene girls who were like, oh man, I hate my life. And then I realized these people are miserable. I'm much more before I like my life people now. It's very nice.
It's cute one day at a time. And then it gets old.
Oh my God.
Because it's everyone else's fault. The world sucks. And you're like, oh, wow.
Yes.
You're a ray of sunshine.
Yeah. Oh my God. Anything you do. Anything you do, it's your fault. Any issue they have, it's everybody else's fault. And no matter what happens, could be better. Off. So, I'm good.
So it was, what was that one girl that back in the day that blew up? That was the emo
Boxy.
It was almost like a Boxy look.
Yeah, Boxy look. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I liked Boxy because she looked like it, but didn't act like a depressed chick. But yeah, so I go to meet her at the airport, and I'm like, and I hear someone calling my name. She's like, John. I'm looking around, and I don't see anybody. And then she calls my name again, and I'm looking around, and I see like this gangly ass, like nappy hair, like legit like warts on their face with like yellow teeth. And I'm like, Christine? She's like, oh, John, you knew it's me. And I'm like, I immediately say, you don't look like the photo you sent me. He's like, well, I'm still the same person. And so this 16-year-old girl that I thought I was meeting up with was actually around 33 to 35.
And you're 16?
Yes. And here's the craziest thing. She's there with her Christian parents, and they don't even think what she's doing is weird. Right? So I go back to their house with them because I'm like, okay, well, she's an adult. She's probably I'm safe because I'm with an adult. Right? And so she takes me back to her house, and we sit down at the table, and it's me and her and the parents, because she's a loser. She didn't have a job because, she's able to play WoW with me all day for a year and never go to a job. And she's like, so this is your friend? And she's like, oh, yeah, I've known him for a year. Okay. And you're comfortable here? And I'm like, yeah, I'm with her. Because I'm like, okay, well.
You don't know.
You're 16. I'm just a little kid. Right? And they say, okay, well, we're going to leave. We'll be back in like 3 days. And I'm like, okay. And so then it's just me and her. Oh, man. This shit was bad. And this is why, do not, make sure you are taking care of your kids on the internet, okay? Make sure you are taking care of your kids on the internet. It is not them. It's the other people who are going to do bad shit. I'm going to fast forward this story, right? We play some games, and it's good. It's honest. It's fine. She gets me this mount called the Time Lost Proto Drake. We were, sitting there for, I think it was a day and a half trying to find this drop called the Time Lost Proto Drake. And she gets it, and she lets me have it because, she likes me, and she lets me have the drop. I get the drop, and she gets out of her chair, and she starts making out with me. And I'm like, whoa, I don't like this shit at all. So I'm like, I'm going to go to the living room. Is that okay? And she says, oh, yeah, it's fine. And she puts on this show called Firefly, and I want to go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm getting really tired. Can I just go to sleep? And she's like, yeah, go ahead, sleep. And I'm like, okay. And, I just want her to leave. And I'm watching another episode. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep now. She's like, okay, that's fine. Then she's like, 4 more episodes. I fall asleep on the couch. I wake up 30 minutes later. I don't have clothes on my body. And she's sucking my dick, hard. I get the out of there. I get my clothes on. I find the nearest convenience store. And I remember I called my dad on my phone. I was like, hey, can I get a different flight so I can get the out of here? And he said, yeah. And I get out of there. But that, I think it's funny now because I was so retarded. And I'm glad it's this is bad to say, but it's out of all of the rape I could have experienced, I'm glad there was nothing in my ass.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only bright side. But yeah, that's why I am very adamant on child safety on the internet, because when you're a kid, you don't think that you're stupid. You don't think that. You're like, oh, yeah.
You know everything.
You know everything. All these adults, they don't get how smart you are. You're the main character. You're not. You're a kid. You're stupid. It can happen to everybody. So parents, take care of your kids, and kids understand why your parents need to take care of you.
Because even at 16, you were in that situation, and while the 50, 60-year-old parents weren't like,
I know.
Why are you hanging out with a 16-year-old? Because any normal parents would have been like,
and they were religious, so I trusted them even more. I was like, oh, these are people of God, you know. But it was bad. It was unlucky.
I'd kick my kid out. They brought if my son brought over a 16-year-old, double their age, because you were 16, they're 33.
Yes,
I'd be like, get the out of my house.
Yep.
Also, kiddo, hey, you're going to stay here, and we're going to get you a plane ticket back home.
Oh, absolutely.
What the
100%.
And then you're going to be too uncomfortable at that age to say anything. And you're like, well, as you already said, well, they're parents of God. Oh, well, she's an adult. She won't try anything.
Yeah.
Oh, she's being friendly. She must really like Firefly.
To be fair, she really did like Fireflies. I mean, she was giving me all the lore. But yeah, we were like, well, why didn't you just say no? Well, because I was horrified. And I didn't tell anybody about that shit until I was like, because when I got back, my dad was like, so what was up? I was like, oh, nothing. I was just bored. Went back to my room, kept playing WoW. Right? Didn't say shit. And then I was like 28, because I'd never told my dad shit. Me and my dad, we barely talked.
Yeah.
You know, the people on the internet, you know, my dad, I'll just be real. My dad he's a criminal, right? He is. I barely ever talk about that guy. I don't care. People are like, oh, dude, you're the son of this guy and he's a criminal. It's like, what do you want me to do about it? What did I choose that? No. Like, I was born into a family. Some people did some horrible shit, but I haven't. So suck my dick.
Yeah, it's not your sins of your father like can't be passed down. It's you made the change of, and I think that's more of a testament to individuals like yourself or the crew we run with. None of us had this healthy, great upbringing.
Yeah.
We've all had trauma. I mean, we were trauma dumping the other day, like
Yep.
midnight. Yep. It's like, oh shit, my mom was like this. Oh, my mom was like that. Holy shit. Oh, dang.
But in context, me and Eli, we were texting each other like 3 days ago while we were playing beer pong on like the Game Pigeon iPhone app, and we were both trauma dumping. And I was like, dude, trauma dumping at beer pong at 2 a.m. This is sick.
I like this.
Yeah.
Because you get along with people that have had the same experiences. It's like, oh man, life isn't sunshine and rainbows ever. You can't trust a lot of people. People suck. And you get that mindset at a younger age, and it really does help as an adult be like, oh, that's why you're so reserved. That's why you have the stance. It's like, don't trust kids with anyone.
Absolutely not.
There's a lot of pieces of shit out there that will take advantage of the situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why would you let them have any thought process of like, yeah, I'm allowed to do something permanent, period, until 18, 20, 25. 25 is a good age, actually.
Dude, and it's so much more common than people think. Oh, and also, a side note, I told my dad finally at 28 what happened, and he's like, wish that were me. And I'm like, all right, dude. Like, dude, male issues, nobody takes that shit seriously.